Yasu Malakedo. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Kobe Bryant. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't heard, Kobe Bryant has died. I'm shocked. I woke up today, normal Sunday. Most of the times I just like to chill out on Sundays. And day before, LeBron James just surpassed Kobe Bryant in points of all time and third overall, I believe. And I'm just catching up on some Saturday Night Live here, and my buddy gives me a message, and he said, "It's sad, Kobe." And I go, "What?" And I just assumed he was making a reference to, LeBron James passing him in points, and he said, "No, he died." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean he died? Like, what are you talking about?" And unfortunately, guys, he just passed away in a helicopter crash with him and 5 other people. And this is. Here's a guy that literally just retired, and he just wants to enjoy the rest of his life with his family, and this just happens. Sorry guys, I'm just a little flustered here, but life is short, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's very sad. I believe he was only 41. He was going to turn 42 this year. He did so much for the game of basketball. It just sucks. It's a really sad day. Ironically, outside it's raining, and usually, like I said, Sundays I just chill out inside, just relax, do a little cooking, just watch some TV. I was gonna watch the Raptor game. You guys all know I love the Raptors, and they're playing the Spurs. Playing one of my favorite players of all time, favorite Raptors of all time, good old Rosie. And it's just a couple minutes to the game, and they're all just shooting around, and it's everybody's down in that stadium. You can tell. They showed a picture, even like Tim Duncan's there, Lowry. Rosie was just on the bench there, and I don't know, he couldn't even get up, man. I don't know. It just feels weird watching a basketball game right now. I thought for sure they were just going to cancel it. They turned off the lights. To give a little shout out there. Everybody's just down right now. It's a very sad day in sports, just in general. If anything, it was just you're just starting to see what Kobe's gonna do after the NBA. What's his influence gonna be next? And I'm sorry, guys. It just this really sucks. But I just want to say, when I was growing up, when I first started watching basketball, obviously it was when Michael Jordan was playing. He made the game so exciting, and around the mid 90s, 95, 96 was the first season of the Raptors, and that's when I really started getting into basketball, because it's we finally got our own team. And then the next year was, obviously 96, 97, and a lot of people consider that draft to be one of the best drafts in NBA history, if not the best one. So many players were drafted, so many greats. Obviously Kobe Bryant was drafted right out of high school, guys. Okay, To this day, like I still talk to people about this. I mean, when you get drafted out of high school, you know, it's I just can't imagine making that leap. I mean, like even when I was growing up, I couldn't imagine just going to college and you know going on with the rest of my life and just you know picking what I want to do as a profession for the rest of my life and just doing that step forward. So imagine if you're just a high school kid, you're hanging with your friends all day, you know, you're a popular guy, you're on the basketball team, everybody loves you, and all these scouts are after you, you know, to play for the NBA one day. And then instead of going to college, not even just for 1 year, I mean, some of these guys, you know, they go for 4 years and they eventually get drafted, but just, you know what, you know, just skip it. Just skip it and go right to the NBA. Okay, so you're 18 years old. He wasn't the youngest to ever get drafted. I remember that year, also Jermaine O'Neal at the time was the youngest to be drafted. But I still can't fathom that. I really can't. I mean, just going from, you know, playing against people that you're in class with to all of a sudden months later, you're playing against Michael Jordan, the best NBA player of all time. It's insane. And I remember that first year, you know, like Kobe playing. I mean, Kobe, you know, was still, you know, getting into his own. You know, I remember they just kept showing like all these air balls that he kept shooting. But remember, Allen Iverson won Rookie of the Year that year, and yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, Kobe, you know, played with the same team for I believe 20 years, and you know, just it's just crazy. I just you know, I mean, that rarely happens anyway. Like even for a star player. I mean, LeBron James has played for what 3 teams now? Yeah, Cleveland, Heat, back to Cleveland, and then Lakers. You know, I just mentioned before what LeBron James did like less than a day ago. Yeah, but yeah, that was an insane draft. I mean, in that same draft, they had Allen Iverson. Kobe, of course, Antoine Walker, Ray Allen, Steve Nash. Ben Wallace wasn't even drafted. He got signed from somewhere. I don't even know where. Derek Fisher, Stephon Mulberry. I mean, the list goes on, guys. Like, it was just an insane draft. And, you know, that's when I really got into basketball. I mean, those years, you know, I was collecting cards. And even to this day, I still got 3 Kobe Bryant rookie cards, and you know, on one of them it's a Upper Deck Collector's Choice one, like he's wearing a cast, you know, and yeah, it's just insane. I mean, like it really is. I mean, you know, but yeah, I'm just sorry, guys. Like I said, I you know, I'm just finding this out in the last couple hours, and yeah. Like I always do, I like to go to Wikipedia and just give you a little background of what Kobe Bryant was all about. Kobe Bean Bryant was born August 23rd, 1978, and sadly passed away today, January 26th, 2020, was an American professional basketball player. He played his entire 20-year career with the Los Angeles Lakers of the National Basketball Association. Obviously the NBA. He entered the NBA directly from high school and won 5 NBA championships. Bryant is an 18-time All-Star, 15-time member of the All-NBA team, 12-time member of the All-Defensive team, and was NBA's most valuable player in 2008. Widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He led the NBA in scoring during 2 seasons, ranked 4th on the league's all-time regular season scoring and 4th on the all-time postseason scoring list. Bryant is the first guard in NBA history to play at least 20 seasons. Bryant is the son of a former NBA player, Joe Bryant. He enjoyed a successful high school basketball career at Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania, where he was recognized as the top high school basketball player in the country. Upon graduation, he declared for the 1996 NBA draft and was selected by the Charlotte Hornets with the 13th overall pick. That's right, folks. I just want to say that. He was picked 13th overall. One of the best players that ever did it was picked 13th overall. That's why they call it a draft. You never know who you're going to get. But anyways, the Hornets then traded him to the Lakers. As a rookie, Bryant earned himself a reputation as a high flyer and a fan favorite by winning the 1997 Slam Dunk Contest, and he was named an All-Star by his second season. Despite a feud between the two players, Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal led the Lakers to 3 consecutive NBA championships from 2000 to 2002. That's right, folks. Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, two of the best players that ever did it, didn't get along with each other. But at the same time, were able to settle their differences off the court. Everything that was on the court, they just kept it strictly professional. And they won 3 in a row. Okay? There's that famous clip of Shaquille O'Neal when he went on stage and he did a rap and he's like, "Hey Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes. Hey Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes." We get it. We get it. I can imagine what that ass tastes like. But I'm just saying, they still won. So, they didn't stay together for that long after, but winning 3 in a row, I think that's pretty good. Just saying. Anyways, in 2003, Bryant was accused of sexual assault, but the charges were eventually dropped as a civil suit was settled out of court. After the Lakers lost the 2004 NBA Finals, O'Neal was traded to the Miami Heat, and Bryant became the cornerstone of the Lakers. Throughout all this bullshit, after the 3 championships, you still got to deal with this. And when you're, in this spotlight, things are going to happen, okay? But, after all the smoke is cleared, he took the reins of the Lakers, like the greats before him. Magic Johnson, Jerry West. I mean, these guys killed it after, and so did Kobe. He led the NBA in scoring during the 2005-06 and 2006-07 seasons. In 2006, he scored a career high of 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. Yeah, it was against the Raptors. Okay, we get it. It was a great game. We get it. Jalen Rose was pissed. Okay, we get it. Anyways, the second most points scored in a single game in league history behind Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game in 1962. Bryant was awarded the regular season's Most Valuable Player award in 2008. After the Lakers lost in the 2008 NBA Finals, Bryant led the team to 2 consecutive champions in 2009 and 2010, earning the Finals MVP award on both occasions. He continued to be among the top players in the league through 2003, when he suffered a torn Achilles tendon at the age of 34. Although he recovered from that injury, he suffered season-ending injuries to his knee and shoulder, respectively, in the following 2 seasons. Citing his physical decline, Bryant retired after the 2015-16 season. At 34 years old and 104 days of age, Bryant became the youngest player in the league to reach 30,000 career points. He became the all-time leading scorer in the Lakers franchise history on February 1st, 2010, when he surpassed Jerry West. During his 3rd year in the league, Bryant was chosen to start the All-Star game, and he would continue to be selected to start that game for a record 18 consecutive appearances until his retirement. His 4 All-Star MVP awards are tied with Bob Pettit for the most in NBA history. At the 2008 and 2012 Summer Olympics, he won gold medals as a member of the U.S. national team. In 2018, Bryant won the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film for his film, Dear Basketball. He sadly passed away on January 26, 2020 in a helicopter crash outside of Calabasas, California, at the age of 41. For a guy that only lived to be 41, he lived a hell of a life. I mean, the impact he had on basketball was just amazing. Again, I'm going to go back to this. I mean, to go from high school to all of a sudden jump into the National Basketball Association and pretty much almost dominate for 20 years is simply amazing. Now, I always heard this rumor about how Kobe Bryant got his name Kobe. His parents apparently named him after the famous beef of Kobe from Japan. And they saw it on a restaurant menu. They saw the name and they just liked it. It's that simple. And his middle name is Bean, and it's taken from his father's nickname, Jelly Bean. And again, it's that simple. You give me the meal of a good steak, some good jelly beans for dessert, I'm happy. So, you can make fun of that. My name is very original. It's nothing special, but that uniqueness, again, I think just gave him some kind of an edge, so I think that's pretty cool. And when he played in high school, he was there for obviously 4 years, and he ranked up 2,883 career points. And he was very popular, like I said before. It says here, Bryant received several awards for his outstanding performance during his senior year. And the awards were named the Naismith High School Player of the Year, Gatorade Men's National Basketball Player of the Year, and McDonald's All-American First Team Parade All-American, and a USA Today All-USA First Team Player. So, I barely remember high school, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. He already had an amazing career just before he even entered the NBA. So, but again, I mean, it's such a risk. I mean, to go from the NBA to, to go from high school to the NBA. I'm sorry. I'm still, I mean, just being in the NBA is crazy enough. I mean, the odds of making it are insane. There's 2 drafts. That's it. They used to have way more back in the day, but it's just, and you're lucky if you just play a couple games. Some of these guys don't even see the court. So already he was like, you know what, I gotta make a huge decision. And it's scary out there in professional sports, because I mean, any day you could get that injury. You could get it in practice, who knows. And luckily Kobe Bryant got the injury way later. I'm not saying lucky in the sense, he should have got the injury. I'm just saying, you just never know when it's going to happen. I mean, thank God, he did, a lot before that. And, he's been a lot of greats, in the past that have gotten injuries, and, it's cost them, the beginning of their career, in the middle of their career. So, Kobe was lucky in that aspect. And, the guy worked his ass off, till then. So he absolutely deserved his success. But is he the greatest player of all time? Is he better than Jordan? Is he better than LeBron James? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm so sick and fucking tired of these arguments. Oh, what if you take Kobe in his prime and put him against Michael in his prime? Or, I don't give a shit. Every player individually is their own person. Even to this day, they're still LeBron versus Jordan. And, they asked Jordan a couple days ago, what do you think? And who cares? Who cares? I mean, listen, eventually there's always going to be someone that's better than you. And one of the greatest things about sports is that you always get to see the next person pay it forward. If you're a really good player, if you're a really good leader, that's what you do. And Kobe did that a lot. Michael did that a lot. LeBron does that. Still, like all the greats do that. So it's not about like who can beat who in their prime. It's who can be their best person they can be in their prime. Imagine though what the prime would have been for the Charlotte Hornets if they didn't want to get rid of Vlad Divac just to free up some salary cap space. If they actually kept Kobe, oh God, yeah. Anyways, the point is, to be a good player, you got to pay it forward to the next generation. And that's what Kobe did. That's what all the greats do. And that's what made him such a great player, on and off the court. And it also says here that although he spent little time studying, Kobe Bryant was a brilliant student. He got good grades in class and a high school score on his SATs. However, he decided to pursue his career in the NBA rather than going for higher studies. Of course. I mean, I was thinking of that movie with Ray Allen and Denzel Washington, He Got Game. And, it's the same thing. Like what college are you going to go to? I mean, yeah, but some of these guys are like, nah, you don't need college. Just go straight to high school. And some people they see the dollar signs. A lot of people see, oh, you know what? Worst case scenario, I get a free education, But a lot of people are just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go straight to the big leagues and just, take my chances, And I just can't imagine what would be going on in an 18-year-old Kobe Bryant's head at that time. I mean, that's just crazy. Bryant was a celebrity right from high school. Unlike the other kids who ask out their friends, etc., for prom, Kobe Bryant came to his high school prom with Brandy Norwood, a famous R&B singer. Although on this website, for some reason, they say R&D. Okay. Rhythm and dance? Okay. Anyways, his empathetic approach left all his class fellow and friends in awe and wonder. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, Brandy is a very famous singer. I think she's actually related to Snoop Dogg. I think she's a niece or something. They're somehow related. And then her brother is Ray J. Ray J did that famous video with, what's that woman? Kim something. I don't know. I forgot. The point is, I hit it first. Yeah, okay, bud. Anyways, the point is, yeah. So this is a very big deal at the time. And just looking on Kobe's IMDb here, his first acting credit was actually the show Moesha. Mo to the E to the Mo to the E to the. He played Terry Hightower. He was sitting on the high tower at that point, that's for sure. Anyways, yes, in an episode called The Whistleblower. And yeah, that's the perks, when you're going out with a basketball player. You can ask him to be on your show. And yeah, she did that great song with her and Malaka there, The Boy's Mine, like the remake there of the MJ song. It was good. It was very catchy. Mekhi Phifer was in the video. At the end, they called him on his shit. Anyways, what else did he do? He did, he was in the Destiny's Child Bugaboo video and the remix. I didn't know that. I don't remember that. Also, keep in mind, at this time, a lot of people forget, Kobe at one point did want to be a rapper. Him, Allen Iverson, they kind of, well, I shouldn't say started that trend. I mean, there was like, Shaquille O'Neal, that's not true. I did it first. Anyways, I hit it first. Anyways, yeah. So Yeah, he did a couple. I think he came out with a rap album. I don't know. I never heard it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I never heard the Allen Iverson one either, so don't worry about it. Actually, no, I do remember Kobe came out with one song. I think it was called Kobe. Like it was just some girl spelling it out or whatever. But I remember the big deal at the time was Brian McKnight had a remix to one of his songs, and then Kobe Bryant was on there, and he just did a quick little rap there. And that's when Kobe, finally decided to grow in his hair, and he had the fro, and everybody wanted to have the fro, and people that know me know that it was impossible for me to have one. But yeah, you know, he was the guy, man. I mean, everyone's like, holy fuck, who is this guy? Coming out of high school, dominating the league. It was insane. Like it was Kobe mania. He was also in a show, Betty. Looks like Bette Midler played himself. Daddy's Home with Farrell and Wahlberg there. I don't remember him in the movie. I gotta be honest. I don't know. I always felt the second one was better. It was also in a commercial, Apple TV, Father Time. I'll be honest with you guys. I just watched it for the first time now, and it stars Michael B. Jordan. And I keep bringing up Michael Jordan every couple minutes here. Anyways, it's actually a pretty funny cartoon. They're just going back and forth there, telling some jokes. Check it out. It's on YouTube. It's pretty funny. That's not your plum. Nope, no, it's not. Kobe definitely absolutely made a name for himself. Not even, just in the NBA, TV, movies, even in video games. Okay? NBA 2K, Road to the Final Championship, NBA 2K18, the 19th annual animation show of shows. He narrated that. NBA 2K19. I mean, it just kept going and going. So, when you're in the public eye, you get deals, you just want to keep your name out there. And yeah, he was absolutely great at doing that. But his best achievement outside the NBA, entertainment-wise, was definitely Dear Basketball, which actually got him an Oscar win. And it was directed by Glenn Keenan, and he did basically all the animation for Disney in the 90s, including Tarzan, Beauty and the Beast, Tangled, Pocahontas, and the film looks beautiful. I haven't had a chance to see it, but I will definitely check it out. Like I said before, the key is just to stay relevant, and from what I'm told, it's an animated telling of Kobe Bryant's poem, Dear Basketball. And that's how much Kobe Bryant loved the game. He made a poem about it and later on made a movie about it, and that's what you do when you love something. You nurture it like a plant, you just want it to grow more, and you just want people to, recognize your work. That's all, and like I said, he loved the game so much that, he wanted to express it in another way. And off the court, he expressed his love to his future wife, Vanessa Laney, in 2001. The two originally met in 1999 when Vanessa was a high school student. She was acting as a background dancer for music videos at the time, and Bryant had come to the studio to get a rap song recorded. The song never got released, but the visit got him to his future wife. That's awesome. That's way more better than a rap song. Yeah, for sure. Good investment there. 2 years after his marriage, Bryant was charged with sexual assaults on a hotel staff in Colorado. Bryant defended himself by stating that he was guilty of adultery, but he had never been involved in a rape. The charges were dropped in 2004, and the lawsuit was settled out of court between the two parties. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I wasn't there. We all know when we hit the spotlight, things happen. All I know is that I heard that Kobe Bryant had to buy a $4 million ring for his ex there just to, make it up there. And, he was getting a little shit for that. And, it was a whole thing there. The media love that shit. That's the problem. You're a star player. And keep in mind, guys, like, again, you're a star basketball player, a young star basketball player. No, let's take it even further. Young black star basketball player in Los Angeles. And you're playing for a dynasty like the Angela, what the fuck? Okay, listen, let's just wrap this up here, okay? Young, black, all-star, NBA, Los Angeles Lakers. Finally, okay. If that's not pressure, I don't know what is. Guys, like I mentioned before, the dynasty of the Lakers, forget it. And don't get me wrong. I mean, for a while, the Clippers, they're doing good now, but before they had to deal with all that shit before, from that old fuck that got recorded there, and the guy, I don't know, he sounded like a fucking slave owner at one point. I don't know what the hell was wrong with that guy. I don't know. Like, I heard stories about that guy. Like, he would just walk into like change rooms and go, look at this fine specimen of a player. Like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck are you, dude? What century are you living in? Jesus Christ. Anyways, I can't imagine the pressure you got to deal with. I mean, even a guy like LeBron James nowadays, like if they lose a game, I don't know, they give him shit because he wants to go out and party after, I mean, just let the guy live, let the person live. They're already dealing with enough shit already. And, for the most part, he handled it well. I mean, like, after this happened, you really didn't hear anything else. So, it is what it is. During the first season as a guard, he was not allowed to become a part of the mainstream action and was made to sit on the bench for most of the game. Over time, he was allowed more minutes to play in the game, and his progress was instantly noticed by the coach and the selection committee of Lakers. Of course. All right. You guys remember the movie Rudy? All the guy wanted to do was just play for a little bit. As soon as he got off the bench there, he got the ball for the guy. I mean, you're just a nervous ball of energy. And again, like being at the Staples Center there, again, it's LA guys, okay? It's Hollywood, okay? All these Hollywood stars, you're sitting on the bench, you get the wave at Jack Nicholson, it's crazy. So you can't wait to just go out there and just, show people what the fuck you got, okay, guys, you picked me for a reason, put me in, coach, I got hoop dreams. So he waited his turn and yeah, he did it. For the most of his career in high school, Bryant wore the number 33, but when he entered the NBA, he switched to number 8. He did so because he wore the number in Italy, and it was also represented the shirt that he wore on Adidas ABCD camp. By switching the number when his popularity was growing up, he was able to sell more jerseys, according to some critics. Ladies and gentlemen, when you think of the number 23, what do you think of? Exactly. When you think of the number 8 now, who do you think of? Exactly. Bryant was also a close friend of Michael Jackson and was shocked to hear about his death. It was at this time that he declared to stay in Los Angeles for the coming few years. So because Michael Jackson passed away, Kobe was a nice guy about it. He just said, you know what, I'm going to still stay at home here. And yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy. This might be even actually crazier. It says here, it is said that Kobe improves his games and develops new moves for the season by playing against his own shadow. He is said to be a dedicated player who spends a lot of time on practicing and believes that there is something new to learn all your life. Well, that I completely agree with. Playing against your own shadow, that's, I mean, I guess you could take that as like a metaphor, or yeah, you could literally kind of play against your own shadow. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm just picturing that scene in Link 2 on Nintendo there, where at the end he plays his own shadow. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, hey man, we all got our demons. You know, we all gotta, face the next step in life, and yeah, whatever you got to do to get past it. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, that's all that matters. I'm not saying that Kobe had like demons or whatever. I mean, like, look, like maybe he did, maybe he didn't, whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, like he's basically saying, yeah, I gotta face myself. Without that, we don't grow. As a child, his favorite show was the NBA Showtime, which aired all the greatest basketball games that has ever been played in history. He said that he was able to learn a lot from the show, and it was because of it that his real interest in basketball began. Otherwise, he would have joined soccer while staying in Italy. Huh, well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm half Italian. I could be rooting for Kobe for a whole different reason. Yeah, I mean, guys, this is facts. I mean, especially in sports. I mean, like, perfect example, like if you're a boxer and you're about to face somebody, you got to study their fights. Same thing, if you want to look up to somebody great in a professional sport, you got to review the history, It's like anything. Those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it. That saying is cheesy as fuck, but it is true. And look at the player that Kobe became. So, there you go. Kobe is known to keep his personal life to himself and is one of those few athletes who have not been involved in a lot of scandals. There was only one scandal during his entire career. Well, that's pretty obvious. I mean, yeah, listen, if you don't learn from that, then yeah, we can't help you. But yeah, at the same time, just keep it quiet. Don't talk to the press. They don't know anything. Just keep walking. If you ever see a clip of Ewan McGregor talking to the press, no, it doesn't exist. You know why? Because he just keeps going. He's got that serious face. Same thing. Just for anybody else, just keep shit to yourself. That's it. I'm not saying don't talk about it with your friends and whatever, but I don't know. TMZ pops out of nowhere. I don't know. They're always at the airports and shit. So just stay away from the airport. Also, guys, I mean, the irony is that TMZ first broke this story. But can we stop showing the plane crash? I mean, can we have some respect for the family, please? I mean, that's one thing I always hate. Like when these tragedies happen, is that they just keep showing it over and over again. It's like, dude, like have some fucking respect, please. Like Jesus. Anyways, another thing I always found very interesting is like he wanted the number 24. I couldn't really find anything why he wanted that specific number, but he's a shooting guard. Michael Jordan was a shooting guard. His number was 23. And then he wanted the number 24. It's almost like he wanted to be right there with Jordan. And like I said before, that was always that debate, in their prime. Who would beat who? Kobe versus Jordan. But like I said before, who cares? He got to play against him and, one of his idols, and, he picked that one more number, just above him, I always thought that was interesting. Kobe Bryant's last tweet on Twitter was continuing to move the game forward at King James. Much respect, my brother. And I had a little muscle icon there and hashtag 33644, which represents the points. And yeah, it just represents that, Kobe just loved the game, and, it doesn't matter if he passed him, who cares? It's just, it's good that someone did. Records are meant to be broken. So, and even today, everyone's like, oh, they shouldn't be playing basketball. And I just found out with the Raptor game, they got possession, Raptors off the tip-off there, and for the first 24 seconds, they just let it run out because it represents Kobe having the number 24, and everybody was cheering, and it was just awesome. It's great to see that they still all these guys have that much respect for him. Like even when like it's so funny. Like even the other day, like I was just like I was throwing something in the garbage, and I just said Kobe, and that was like this like the signature of just doing a shot. If you ever watch the Dave Chappelle show, the Chappelle Show, obviously one of the best skit shows of all time. There's a funny scene where he's in bed with Rashida Jones there, and he's got a condom, and he just takes the condom and he just throws it in the trash, and he's like Kobe, and like it's just like half in the garbage, half like off the rim there, and but that was the impact that Kobe Bryant had on the culture. I mean, the guy was just fucking amazing, just that's how much people respected him, and that's how much people loved him. He was the Black Mamba. How did he get the name anyway? It says here, Kobe says that he got the idea for the nickname from Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill. He was the Black Mamba, a nickname he gave himself after watching Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill, in which the snake, known for its agility and aggressiveness, was used as a code name for a deadly assassin. So not only was it a cool name, but yeah, every time pretty much he was on the court, that's how he acted, That's definitely how he played his last game. He got 60 points and a win, 101-96. And of course, at home in the Staples Center, all the fans, Jack Nicholson, Snoop Dogg, everybody going nuts. It was like a Hollywood ending. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the LA greats, did a nice little video online, saying he can't believe it either what happened. Kobe always had a very soft shot. One of my favorite plays that he ever did was in his rookie year. He's being guarded by two King players. Clearly looks like he's about to fall out of bounds. He somehow finds a way to get the ball out, passes it to the one player, passes it to the other player. He shoots it. It looks like it's about to be short or a little bit of a setup. Kobe gets in there, and he's not even facing the rim, and he just taps it in, and just like the effort of this play, like it just like he never quit. Like it's like he like even he didn't have to get the basket in, but he just wanted those 2 points. You could tell, and that was the hustle of Kobe. Like I said before, even Michael Jordan saw it. He was stated as saying, "Words can't describe the pain I'm feeling. I loved Kobe. He was like a little brother to me." Ladies and gentlemen, I just heard that they officially announced that it was 9 people that were in the helicopter, including the pilot. And one of the people, unfortunately, was Gianna Bryant, daughter of Kobe Bryant. I don't know what to say here, guys. This is just This is just horrible. I mean, you know, you just. I'm really sorry, guys. I wanted to state some facts about Kobe, and just, man, he was really, really close with his daughter. You know, like people would always bug him and say, "Oh, why don't you have a kid, carry on your legacy, with a son?" And the daughter would always step in and say, "No, no, no, I got this," because she wanted to play basketball too. And uh, I mean, this is where guys, I just don't understand life sometimes. Like when shit like this happens, I just I don't understand God's plan sometimes. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I just I'm just gonna end this podcast by saying rest in peace to the 9 people we lost today, and rest in peace to Gianna Bryant, and rest in peace to Kobe Bryant.